Dive into the weekend with our flagship show, Fresh Fridays. Join us as we dissect the latest in culture, sports, music, and more, all while spreading positivity and good vibes. From insightful discussions to thrilling updates, Fresh Fridays is your ultimate guide to kicking off the weekend right.
All right, how y'all doing today? We back with another episode of Fresh Friday. I got a couple guests with me today. My name is Mills. I'm gonna be going with my boy Tuck, my boy Richie, and my boy Haji. We about to be discussing a few topics today. We're gonna be talking about contracts, NBA and NFL wise. We're gonna speak on the NFL draft that just happened recently, and we're gonna also be talking about guys' time, and that's how we're gonna close out. So with the first episode, I'm sorry, with the first topic of the day, we're gonna be discussing contracts, and I'm gonna let Richie lead the way. So we're gonna probably dive in, and I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Yes, man. With these contracts, man, from WNBA, the best contract they got average salary is $224,870. That's the best player in the WNBA, and that's what she's getting average annually. Me, honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I feel that's totally disrespect to the women and how far they came in and the talent that's turning over in that WNBA. If you guys have been tuned in, from even Caitlin Clark dropping 50 points, shooting from half court, I feel that's totally disrespect to the ladies, and I feel like over the years that should change and get somewhat equal to the men because the lowest NFL contract is base 800K, and that's for a player that's not doing anything probably but special teams, literally. So it's like that's not fair talk. I mean, as you can see what I'm saying, if a person could just run up and down on special teams and get 800,000, and this girl out here really buying into her system and winning championships back to back, I mean, 200,000. That's pretty much off, and that's just WNBA. And I know it's like a lady sport, and they don't get the ratings, but talent is talent. So I don't know how you guys feel about the WNBA, or you guys so in tune, but the numbers is just not adding up to what it should be. What's your take on that, Tuck, or Mills, or Haji? What's your take on the WNBA and the contracts that I'm explaining? That was the highest contract, 4 years, 899, 899,
$8.99.
$899,480, 4 years. That's the best contract we got. If I pull up the best NFL, NBA contract, it will be probably multi millions. So I don't
Yeah.
know what's the take on that and why. What's the why to it? Is it ratings? Is it all about ratings? So me growing up is not about ratings. They always tell me about it's about talent. So it's more so to what is about. What is about, guys? Like, what's your guys'
Mm.
take on the WNBA and the contracts and the low balls?
Okay. You want to take it, Mill?
Yeah. So the reason that it's like that, and it's not like me, I'm not saying this from like a right or wrong perspective. The reason it's like that is because the men's game of basketball is making a lot of money, and the women's game of basketball isn't necessarily making. And I believe they had like they had a stat that was saying that the league was actually losing money every year because of just the sales. Like you got to think about the way they pay these players. The teams they work off ratings, right? So how many players are tuning into the games? They also work on how many players are attending the games and how many players are buying jerseys.
How many
They aren't
people?
Yeah, how many people are buying jerseys, right? So NBA jersey sales are like skyrocketing, but how often do you see a woman's jersey? It's not very common, right?
But Mills, my point is this: if you getting if you in the NFL, because I'm just saying NFL, I can actually go to hockey as well, but the NFL just got my attention. If you in the NFL and all you doing is special teams, and you getting 800,000 because that's the league minimum right now. You're getting 800,000 for just special teams. That's just going out there when it's time to make a field goal, going out there when it's time to punt, going out there when it's time to kick off or return, and you're making $800,000. I mean, Mills, that's I think it's more to it than just the fan base production because I mean, you got to think about it. Some of these teams don't even sell out their stadium. The stadium be empty, so it can't. The money is not coming from the fans on every organization. Cause I could say
TV, man, TV deals though. That's what like. You know how many people stream these games that like the way that like for example Amazon just bought into. They had their like very first game. I think Peacock had one. Like they paid millions and millions of dollars to have these games. So I get what you're saying on that, but
that's
also
fair,
there's that new football league, right? I
right?
guarantee those guys aren't making as much money. And think about it, it's because the
It's not as popular.
it's not as popular. So women's basketball not being as popular, I understand that the talent over the last couple years has risen up, right? These girls are balling at a level, and hopefully they can get to that point. But people gotta go to these games. They gotta fill up these arenas. People gotta be tuning in. They gotta,
So,
go and watch these games consistently. It can't just be college basketball hype for a short period of time, like during March Madness, and then like, oh, the WNBA playoffs comes off and nobody's talking about it. Like, who won the last couple championships? Most people can't answer that question, but they do know the college basketball ratings are going up. So that's why they were able to get those deals. And that's what made Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and them millionaires because, people are tuning in to watch these games. They're buying their jerseys. And, like, that's just how the market is. But I do understand what you say about the special team aspect, but you got to think the people that are watching these special teams players, they also came to watch Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and CJ Stroud. Though that's just a short period of the game, but in totality, they got superstar players left and right that are bringing in millions of dollars because people are watching those guys predominantly, not just the special teams guys for a couple plays.
mm. So I hear you out, Mills. That's pretty much fair, and I understand that from your perspective. You got these icons. You're talking because you're going icon mode. And I understand the icons. The icons bring the whole bag. Like the Kelseys. Yeah, I totally get it. But it's just the fact that talent is talent. That's
Mm.
my bottom line. Talent is talent, and hype is hype. You know, you know, Brady. Brady is still in a sense like I mean, how can I say this? Brady never had a big contract. Like Brady never had a mega contract out this world. Reason being, I really don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So why can't everybody spread the butter out? Like why Mahomes got to get a $500 million contract and he
Okay.
don't have like you see where I'm going at with that Mills?
Nah,
I
he's
can,
just that good. He that
yeah,
good.
I can help you out with that too. So every
Yes,
salary cap, right? So the owners have to spend a certain amount of money. So they can tell a team like, hey, this year we have 300, and it always goes up, by the way. So they might tell a team we have
correct.
$50 million to spend. That's how much these teams are producing every single year, right? So they're able to tell an owner, hey, you have to spend this money. So if Mahomes isn't getting that money on the team, somebody else is. They have what's it, like a minimum of what they
Cap
have.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
the cap goes up, right? So if Mahomes isn't getting that money, somebody on the team is, right? So that's how it works,
I
and
got you, Mills.
that's how that
I got,
works.
I got you, Mills. Now you want to know why that drive went the way it went? The first defensive player got picked so late like that because
Why?
they giving all the league got cupcake. It's cupcake now. You can't. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. If you look at Jackson from Denver, I think he was a defensive back. Every time he made a hard hit, they flagged him for it. He lost money for
Oh,
it.
you talking about the safety?
Yes, talk to me, cousin. Like, talk to me. I'm not. I'm watching it from a bird's eye view. I mean, the league got so cupcake that nobody was really worrying about defensive players because the, they call flags. If they hit too hard, it's a flag. So everybody's so surprised why are these quarterbacks going? Why Atlanta got a quarterback on the quarterback on the quarterback? Because it's about points. The
It
league has
is absolutely.
talk to me. Talk to me. So, I mean, the draft was one of the best drives I've seen so far. And I'm being biased because I'm an offensive guy. For a defensive guy like my cousin, he probably like, well, I don't get it. Because man, if I just explained to you why, Haji, that the draft went the way it went because defense get flagged for ankle bite on a quarterback, for a head to head hit with a guy coming across the middle. Who want to pay a guy top dollar? Then you got these guys, they're fragile. They're coming in. You got the rookie last year from New England coming from Oregon. He got a season-ending ACL injury. So it's like, I mean, it's a crazy game, and I say it's different from NBA. Even though NBA has so many games, you don't see the injuries like it's not so big like how like they just banked on this rookie guy. They got so much peer pressure on him, and he just slipped. He slipped an ACL injury, and it's that. You know what I'm saying? So like with these contracts, I feel like they're playing with the money. Like I said, you can even look at Justin Fields. He gave us a good 2 to 3 years over there at Chicago, and when it comes to the contract, they don't want to pay the 25 million. You know what I'm saying? Is he not worth it? He made it to Canton, Ohio. He got the record for the most rushing yards in one game as a quarterback. You trying to tell me he's not bringing the ratings? He's not filling out the stadiums? They turned around in Chicago and put up a $4 billion stadium plan that they're trying to do. So why is the money like not being? I mean, you answered that question. You said it right. The icons. They get all the money. It's cool, Mills. You said it right because I mean I just was kind of lost at why Caitlin Clark can't come into the WNBA with a 4 for 20 M's, 20 million type of deal. Like she's not worth it, and she's worth more than 15 or $5 million to me
But
personally.
yeah, but I mean, on a positive note for her, she gonna get that note. She gonna get that money on the back end with like that Nike deal that she just got and endorsements and stuff. So trust and believe she gonna get fed real well. It's just the league itself can't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily
Sustain
have,
that.
but the NBA, my bad. The NBA, the WNBA can't necessarily front that bill for, it, but Nike and the Gatorade and all the other endorsements are gonna put her where she needs to be for sure.
Truly, truly, because you had something to say. I kind of heard you come and you had something to say because I was looking at the NHL contracts, and the highest NHL contract is signed in the Chicago Blackhawks. His name is Alex Valis Valexik. Some it's six
Yeah,
years.
Alex Valexi.
Alex Valexi, he signed a contract for 6 years, 27.6 million. Sorriest team in the NHL right now, possibly. And the rest of the contracts is no more than $6 million. But I don't get it how the money is. I guess is lopsided. It's like Mahomes. Mahomes, the only one that's like 500 M's, but he got the rings behind it. But like in NHL, it's kind of like the same thing. They're not breaking their. They're out there losing their teeth. For this game, and they're putting their body on the line. And only thing you can throw them is 3 years for 2.7 million. I mean, you got to think about it. They got homes, they got agents, they got families, they got friends. I mean, what's your 3 year, $2.7 million if you stand in California? Well, come on, like it's just hopefully, as a whole, the sports business kind of get better on the contracts. Not just, I mean, the icons, I get it, they get their money, but like even the back end players, that the links to the chain too. I hope everybody get their end of the pie because right now it's like LeBron getting so much money and he's going to get swept. Like why his contract void? Like everybody not getting treated the same. But I understand like your points from the ratings and everything, man. That makes a lot of sense because I mean the ratings do tell who's watching. But like I say, some of these players are at these organizations and they're not filling up the stadium nor doing anything, but the money is cut. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen a contract in the NFL with Antonio Brown. He signed on the dotted line and they voided his contract. I guess he probably missed a practice or two, but
And he
they
broke.
voided. I can't. I was. It was crackling on my end. I couldn't hear you, Mills. You could repeat
Uh,
yourself.
yeah, his contract got voided because he had broke some rules. I'm not sure which specific rules he had broke. I'd have to look deeper into it, but I remember that being a conversation.
Oh, was it the one when he recorded the head coach and he was not supposed to record the head coach and leak the auto? Was it that?
Nah, I think
Nah, it was somewhere
Raiders
practice.
contract got voided, and he had like they deemed like his contract detrimental to the team. Like
Yeah,
he
his conduct.
yeah.
Got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause
I
yeah, cause I was about to say, if we just look at it from a standpoint of on the, let's take a football reference.
hmm
Everybody can be treated the same on the team, but everybody on the team don't perform at the same level. Mills had explained it very nicely. Talk about we got the Patrick Mahomes making umpteen dollars because he's a top performer and a superstar.
Yes, sir.
Uh, People on special teams they make money because that's what was negotiated upon, and by the players' union, that's what was negotiated upon. The WNBA was created uh in like 1997. That's when they first had announced that they was gonna have the WNBA. The NFL been around since the AFL and what's it called? It was the AFL and the other league. But anyways, they've been around for almost 100 years. Well, I
Yeah, the
mean, but
NFL.
yeah, so over time they've had multiple years to gain fans and build revenue, and the NFL is the largest nonprofit organization in the world.
Did you
But
say nonprofit?
yeah, they are a nonprofit organization if you look up. Yeah, they're a nonprofit organization, believe it or not. Which is what brings me to my next portion of it. It's all a business, and attention is worth more than money.
Mm.
ESPN can show the WNBA all they want, but if people not Googling and Gagaan over these WNBA prospects or these WNBA players and can't even say what their names are, then the ratings gonna go down for ESPN and Fox and CBS, and that's where the TV deals come in, and that's what Mills was referring to earlier. So
Mm.
if they coming in, if people will watch something amazing, that's what they want to pay attention to the spectacular, something that they can't go outside and do themselves. They want to go outside and see I mean, they can't go outside and go see a whole 7'6" dude dunking on somebody like Victor Wembanyama. But you can go outside and see some girls playing some basketball. Not to no, I'm saying not to bring any, you know, shame or try and ridicule anybody. But that's just the nature of it. When people seen Caitlin Clark balling, they was just, I'm gonna just say it straight up. I know majority of people were just like, a majority of Americans were just like, dang, look at this white girl balling. She is overtaking what LSU's doing. Cause yeah, LSU was the big bad team because they won last year, so they were the villains. Like that's how the media tries to paint things. They try and paint narratives. You want to see David versus Goliath, Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark take down LSU, the big bad Angel Reese and LSU.
Yeah, they
But
kind of did
then,
the same way. Now they cut you short.
nah, what were you gonna say?
I said they kind of did like the Chiefs the same way. Like people get tired of the same old, same old. Like people were annoyed with it
Mm-hmm.
in that sense.
Exactly. And then even so, like look at let's look at something even less recent, but more recent than the actual what something that's relatively recent. The Super Bowl. The NFL was constantly trying to push who in the stands. Like they were trying to put the camera on who that was in the stands.
Taylor
Taylor Swift.
Swift.
Yeah, but guess what? Taylor Swift drew eyes of new NFL of new consumers, because now you have teenage and new, not new. You have the young, the demographic of 15 to 25-year-old women paying attention to NFL. What was the
Correct.
main thing that they were saying when Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs won a Super Bowl?
Let
Oh
me
my
say.
gosh, Taylor Swift's
Let me say.
boyfriend won a Super Bowl.
And the piggyback off that, she went and dropped the album, and all her songs was on the top 25.
And then that's what I'm saying, cause like the reason why the women aren't getting paid as much in the WNBA is one because it's newer,
Okay,
because
that's
the
fine.
NBA been around longer, just like the NFL been around longer. Two, because they do not draw as much attention, and three, as a you know coincidence, it's a give and take. The more attention that you have, the more commercials that the TV can draw, just like the NFL draft drew all those commercials, and the more
So,
money that these companies can make, thus paying thus paying the NFL or the WNBA. Hey, can we have production around your draft?
yo,
And because
man.
yeah, and it all ties together. So if there is no superstars in the WNBA, which there are now, which there always have been, eyes are turning
Always.
them now. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember Cheryl Swoops, and all of them. But it's a new generation, and people are being more awakened to who these new school women are, and I love it for them because Caitlin Clark is gonna get paid more than what Cheryl Swoops was making back then. It goes up every year, and
The piggyback off you, man, that was a good point. The piggyback off you, it's not fair. It's just like it's not fair, but it is fair. It's like every year, they have to, like you say, they have to swoop fans in some way, somehow. The
exactly,
NFL used Taylor Swift. That was a gold mine. Like
absolutely.
that was priceless. Like I even was ready for Taylor Swift. Like what Taylor Swift at? Oh my gosh, she on some red lipstick. She looked like Marilyn Monroe up there. I
Oh
was
my
even.
gosh.
No, I'm being modest. Like I'm serious. So once I figured out, she ended up dropping the album, and then all her songs. The only song that was in front of her was a Drake song called "Push Ups." I'm like, why is Taylor Swift? I'm serious. I'm serious. It was amazing, and it's like the NIL deal, man. The game has a way of making you feel bittersweet. Like I'm upset that they didn't have the NIL deal when we were in college, but that's not the fact to dwell on because we got younger cousins, we got younger brothers, we may have a son or two. So now it's like it's a new way of feeding the fam. We still on contract talk like that. Those are contract talks, and we have to be very careful with those because you don't want to get an NIL contract and you got this guy that was supposed to be down on your team and now the money is up and he's like more aggressive with you or with like say analogy, I have somebody in my family that's getting an NIL deal, but he signed the wrong agent and the agent is taking more than just 3% or trying to bamboozle him in the contract world. So the contract thing, it has its perks, it has its pros, and it has its cons. Certain people see contracts and their eyes turn red, like they want a piece of the pie. So I mean, like it's flourishing now. I believe so. Like you said, I think God will work everything at His timing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. I respect it, man. I like your insight and everything. Cool, cool. Y'all got any last words on it before we push over to the draft discussion?
these baseball contracts, man, I'm looking at them, man. The average dude is over 30, and they making at least 25 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
Balling.
my son gonna play baseball.
Balling. Aaron's less likely to get injured.
No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. I'm scrolling down. The youngest age I see is literally I see 25, but the previous annual average is $31 million. That's his name is Juan Soto. He's now at the New York Yankees. He's
Oh, Basoto like that.
but because I'm seeing Charlie Martin at Atlanta, 20 million short starting pitcher. Like I'm looking at these baseball contracts, and man, they make basketball look. They up there with some basketball talk, man. Like these contracts, like so it's like I mean we could talk about contracts all day from even golf it's different now, and I think we got to do more and more. And I'm serious,
All right, all right.
you got to do more homework with these contracts. Cause I don't think I would play football for 17 years.
We gonna
Like,
get it. We gonna get it. We can't tackle it all today, but we gonna get back on it for sure.
okay, for sure, for sure, for sure.
All right. Now, for the next topic of the day, we're gonna be talking about the NFL draft. It took place last night, and there was a lot of surprising picks towards the back end of the draft. I feel like the very beginning was predictable, and then we had that pick that shook everybody for a loop. So I would love to talk about what some of y'all favorite picks, what caught y'all by surprise, what did y'all like, what was
Okay.
cool, and I'll let Tuck kick it off. If he actually Tuck, did you watch the draft? If not, it's fine. I'll throw it to Haji. No Didi.
No Diddy.
Talk,
I actually
talk.
didn't have the opportunity to catch the draft, man. I saw a little bit of it. I saw a lot of talented players. Man, I had to watch the whole thing, so I might pass it on to Haji. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, ain't nothing wrong with that. All I was gonna say is, well, no, it ain't all I was gonna say. To go with what you were talking about, from the very beginning, yeah, very predictable. Caleb Williams, and then all the way down to, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, then Marvin Harrison Jr. We knew they was gonna get Maserati Marv. Yeah, and then pick number 5. I knew they was gonna get Big Joe Alt. You gotta get a lineman to protect franchise quarterback for the Chargers. But if you can, could you please go down the list all the way up to pick number 8, good sir, if you have that available to you.
Yeah.
You want the first 8 picks?
First 8 picks. Well, first
First.
7 picks.
First 7 picks. All right, let's pull it up. NFL draft order. Boop. Picks by round. All right. So with the first overall pick via the Carolina Panthers, because they picked last year, they gave it to Chicago. Chicago selected Williams. That came as no surprise. He was always projected to be that number 1 overall. Number 2, we had Jaden Daniels getting picked up by Washington. He's going to be their starting quarterback this year. Number 3, we had Drake May being selected by the New England Patriots. Number 4, we had the best receiver of the draft, Marvin Harrison Jr., coming off the board, selected by Ohio State.
Shout out to him, man.
I mean, by the Cardinals.
Yeah. By the Cardinals, correction. By number 5, the Chargers had selected Joe Alt. He's an offensive tackle out of Notre Dame, so they got somebody to protect their quarterback. Number 6, that was a little bit surprising. A lot of people were expecting the New York Giants to select a quarterback, but instead they went with Malik Neighbors out of LSU. Shout out LSU. Number 7, we had JC. How do you say that? Latham.
Yeah.
Out of Bama, offensive tackle, big boy. He went to Tennessee. And then number 8, that's what shook the world up. Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington got selected by the Falcons, considering they already had just not even, a month ago paid Kinfolk Cousins.
They guaranteed him $100 million, 145.
Kinfolk Kirk.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that
Kirk.
on one of the last Fresh Fridays.
Yeah. And then Chicago also had their original pick for number 9. They got Rome Odunze, wide receiver out of Washington. He was catching touchdown passes from what that was.
Michael
Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Right before
and
him.
then number 10, it looks like was there a
J.J.
trade?
McCarthy.
Yeah, was there a trade? Like they moved up.
Yeah, there was a trade with the Jets.
J.J. McCarthy, they got their starting quarterback. And then a couple picks down, Bo Nix was selected at 12 out of Oregon. He going to the Broncos. That's probably going to be their guy. So what was y'all favorite pick out of the top 10? And I want to hear why. I want to start off with Haji.
I didn't really have a favorite out of the top 10 besides that boy Michael Penix Jr. I was telling you, Caleb. I was telling you from the very beginning of the NCAA college football season. I said, man, you better watch out for that boy Michael Penix. And you was telling me, you was like, man, I I don't even watch college football, and I say, but you got to watch these highlights. You got to watch that boy. Is he like that? And then the person I compare him to, nobody want to compare him to him. But I will stand 10 toes down on it. That boy Michael Penix Jr. is Deshaun Watson before the massage. He not as athletic as him.
The photo
He is
massage.
he is not as athletic as Deshaun, but he got the throws and just the pedigree like Deshaun before the massages, man. I'm trying to tell you, he's that dude.
Man,
You just
heaven
like
on
him because he's
earth.
from Florida, but I feel you.
Yeah,
Heaven
he's
on
from
earth
Tampa. I
massage.
like him.
He's a stepper
My,
for sure. I watched
He
him
got
in
a
his
lot of
high
Florida
school.
boys drafted in the first round.
He is a dog. I just want to know
Tampa made.
what happened when they needed him.
Man,
Well,
J-
you think he the
hey,
avatar or
hey,
something?
no. Hey, I got you because some
Now he got
things
to be
out of your
one.
control. Some things out of your control on the
There
field,
you
man.
go.
Man, did all the field goals was made by the kicker? Because man, that dude was threading needles, man. I seen it. I know what you're talking about, Haji. I seen it with my own eyes. Michael
That's
Penix
what I'm
Jr.
saying.
He's a problem. He's a problem child. But
Who
that wasn't
he
my
he is
favorite pick.
like that. Who your favorite pick, cuz?
JJ McCarthy.
Ooh,
What?
that's disgusting. Why is that?
JJ
Oh, my bad, my
McCarthy.
bad. Give your
Because
opinion, cuz. You
because
right.
he want
That's crazy.
first of all, Washington Commanders is my team, and this pick was so valuable that I had to. Y'all made me do it. Y'all asked me, and I'm telling y'all, JJ McCarthy, he came from Michigan, and he's going to Minnesota. That's Detroit. That's they in the same conference. So when they play Detroit 2 times out the year, they got to see JJ McCarthy, who just brought some light to Detroit as a whole. So for Minnesota to take this kid that just came from the D and just came from Michigan and won the national championship, bro. Michigan is like a bittersweet to them, and I hope he have a wonderful career in that dome he's going to be playing in. And he just came from out the snow. So JJ McCarthy is a sleeper, and like the D got to deal with him. So they just was praising him. Now they got to go against him. There's going to be a lot of fans like, oh, we like JJ McCarthy. You know, he won us the national championship, but what he's going to be doing to Detroit, who all these bad boy fans just came out the woodworks. That would be
Bad
stay
boys.
tuned for that.
Bad boy,
Stay,
bad boy.
stay
So
tuned for that.
you excited about him? Do you think that he's going to be able to compete with Caleb Williams?
I mean, you gotta understand, Caleb Williams is in Washington. I feel like all dome
He in
quarterbacks.
Chicago.
I mean, he's in. Wait, you said he's gonna be compete with who? I'm sorry, I got Michael Penix. I got the quarterbacks. There's so many. I'm sorry. Can you repeat yourself? I got
Yeah. So you say
the
you love
quarterback.
J.J. McCarthy and you mentioned him going to the Vikings, and I'm asking you, do you think he's gonna be able to compete with Caleb Williams? Because you're gonna have to see him twice a year
Oh,
for the foreseeable future.
that's
And he gotta go against Jared Goff and Jordan Love.
wow. I'm loving that conference because that sounds like a lot of L's. And I'm a Washington Commander fan, so we went 4-12, so we need all that ruckus to happen in that division. So I mean, hopefully he could compete with Jared Goff. He came from out of Cal, and he's very poor. He kind of put me in the mind of a humble Aaron Rodgers. He been doing his reads and he been gaining. He had to. So hopefully this JJ McCarthy cat can take advantage of understanding that
I
he
can't
got the
believe you
hype.
put I can't believe you put Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers in the same sentence.
They came
It's
from out the
crazy.
same college. They came from Cal. I have to.
They
That's a
did
that
both come from Cal.
that's
But
the
but
production.
that don't mean they but let me just hold off. I'm trying to hear your perspective.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is he got big cojones. Aaron Rodgers do Aaron Rodgers thing, and Jared
No
Goff.
Diddy.
Yeah, Jared
Bad boy.
Goff he got the cojones as Aaron Rodgers. Like I was a cheesehead. Lil Wayne had me as a cheesehead. That was my favorite rapper. So guess what? He liked the cheeseheads. I did my homework. But me watching Aaron Rodgers got a lot of grit. Like he just throw the ball. Like he just you be there. He know where you're supposed to be on your route. He kind of put me at like I say, Jared Goff, he's getting like that. That's why they made it so far. You gotta understand. He lost to Tom Brady. Um, that didn't darken his career. He actually made it more like he went. They traded him to Detroit. Man, I just seen 1,000 Detroit fans, almost 10,000 fans at this year for the draft, and what he's doing in Detroit. I can honestly say, yes, I can compare him to Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers had what Brett Favre before him. Like he had goats before him. Aaron Rodgers didn't come in and do Aaron Rodgers thing. He had to sit down and take his turn. This guy Jared Goff came in from Cal, and he's the rocket. So I hope that JJ McCarthy, back on the topic, could go in that division and do his thing. I hope he do. I
with Jay
really.
Jettis.
Yeah. That's my favorite pick because, like I say, remember Detroit just was praising him. So let's see how Detroit slander his name after they take a couple L's from him. Let's see how they do. They hate you to love you,
Yeah.
to hate you and love you again. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
All right. Now, last question for the draft. Follow-up question. So that was your favorite outside of the my bad, inside of the top 10. So now I'm gonna send a link to you. We can talk about some of the names outside. And my last question is from 11 to 32. For the rest, who else did you kind of like as far as like, oh yeah, like briefly just talk about who you thought that was a cool pick. And I can bring up a couple notable ones if you like me to. But yeah, just like quick flash by, and I'll start off with Haji. Like quick flashes. Who did you like? Who you thought was a cool pick?
Well, give me
Gotcha.
some notable picks. Give me some notable picks. I
All
want to hear
right.
the defensive
So,
players, and then I want to hear who the Dolphins got, and then whoever tuck
uh,
team is.
all right, so the first defensive guy outside of the top 10, because then actually the first defensive guy off the board in general was he an edge guy?
Yes, he was an
Lottie
edge
Latu.
guy. Yeah,
UCLA.
Lottie Latu.
He
Yeah.
was nice. He coming off the edge. They saying he gonna be a dog, DAWG dog.
Hey,
Then
Mills, to
what's up?
piggyback off you, he
Hold
came
up.
from having a neck surgery, and they didn't know if he was gonna be able to play again.
Yeah,
That Latu, he had a bad neck, so he had a big neck surgery, and I
big.
watched a big one, man. They like I said, it kind of almost ended his career, and I watched him at UCLA with Chip Kelly, dog, he's a dog.
I'll bet,
So
bet. So in that case, I'm gonna definitely have to watch the Colts. They got a little team over there for sure. Now, following up, they got a defensive tackle, Byron Murphy, the second out of Texas. He was at 16. You got Dallas Turner. He's an edge rusher out of Bama. Another notable pickup.
Where he went?
Dallas Turner. He went to the Vikings. The Vikings got a little squad out the draft. Now
bruh, they let the
they got a
purple
little
people,
squad out the
man,
draft.
listen, bro, they let the purple people eaters, they are, I'm
What?
serious. They let the purple people eaters get
I
too
ain't
much
know that.
leverage in that first round, man. That was
Yeah. Um, Jared Verse was an edge rusher out of Florida State, selected by the Rams. Washington got a guard to protect their quarterbacks with an S, Troy Fatanu. The somebody favorite team, their name is the Dolphins. They got Chop Robinson out of edge. I remember when he found out that pick, he walked his room. He was sad about that pick, but okay.
I was sad about it because I wanted the pick from the Steelers. The Steelers had got Troy Fautanu,
Protection.
and yeah, they got protection for whoever, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, but that's
Yeah.
a conversation for a different day. But I wanted him because he was one of the key members in that team that took Michael Penix and all them to the championship game. And
mm,
he played left tackle, and I'm like, bro, the Dolphins have Armstead, but Armstead only gonna play for like 1 or 2 more years. So it'll just be such an easy transition to just get Troy Fautanu and then have him play guard or something, and then have him go to left tackle when it was like when Armstead walked into the sunset. But Chop Robinson, I liked like I did some more research on him, even though he only had 6 sacks in his college career. He
Oof.
he he had he had displayed the most athleticism at the combine for being like a 6'3" dude, 250 pounds, but he ran a 4.4. And
Oh,
wow.
oh, he
yeah,
moved.
coming off the edge as a defensive lineman, bro, like a speed rusher is what you need, especially because the Dolphins got two hurt outside linebackers that be that are also pass rushers. So Jalen
Okay.
Phillips hurt with that Achilles, and then Bradley Chubb hurt with that ACL tear. So they needed some young talent to infuse into that defense because that offense already gonna be like that. But keep going with your picks. Good
All
sir.
right. So the cornerback was selected, Quinion Mitchell. He went to the and they needed that because the defensive backs were getting cooked last year.
He went to the Eagles, huh?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Eagles getting cooked. Brian Thomas Jr. He kind of fell in the draft a little bit. I heard he was gonna go earlier than 23, but he went to the Jaguars, which actually makes sense if you think about it, because then they get rid of Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
they
they
let go
did.
of Calvin Ridley,
Yeah,
but
so
they
now they
picked up
got the
big play Gade,
so now they got a little 1-2 combo, and they still got overpaid
Christian
guy over
Kirk,
there. I forgot his name.
Christian Kirk.
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
Oh,
Terrion Arnold picked it. He was selected by the Lions. They got them a cornerback. They already got a little. Don't they already have a decent
They ain't
defense?
have no good corner. They had safeties. They don't got no corner.
Oh, okay.
yeah, they gave Slade to the Eagles. That's
Yeah.
why they gave Slade.
Yeah, they
Jordan.
gave him to the
Yeah.
Eagles a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Actually, but they got CJ Gardner Johnson though. He's pretty good.
No, I don't think he played there no more. I thought he went back to the Eagles.
Nah, CJ, he's the
What?
new.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. You're right. He did go back and forth. Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle, selected by the Packers, so they got some protection for Jordan Love. The Graham Barton center to the Bucks, they got them some more protection. A center. The Cardinals, they actually traded up, got them an edge rusher, Darius Robinson. Xavier Worthy, that was a big surprise to a lot of people. So he was the fastest 40 time ever documented in an NFL combine. He got a receiver out of Texas, wide receiver out of Texas. He got selected. So a lot of people are excited about that. A lot of fans early on go, "Oh, Tyreek Hill Jr. We gonna see.
Quick question, Mills. You know that 40 time that Xavier Worthy ran?
It was like a 4.21.
Is you serious?
Yeah, it was the fastest ever for the NFL combine. So he really liked that when it come to that speed, man.
And I seen a film on him. The best thing I seen on film is he could be down the field and he could still ball his eyeball coordination and the way he arched to catch the ball is immaculate. I never seen it like that. So I'll be looking forward for him to get with Mahomes ASAP in the offseason.
ASAP. For sure. I'm with it too, man. That's gonna be cool to watch. Offensive tackle, Cowboys, Tyler Guyton, they got them some more protection. Well, they did lose. I think they lost somebody on their line to the Jets, the Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith.
Yeah, so they need some more protection up there. Nate Wiggins, cornerback. They got them Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, so they got them another corner. And then wide receiver Ricky Pearsall for the 49ers. That could be an indicator that one of their receivers might not be there much longer. Who knows? And then Xavier Leggett, wide receiver. So they're trying to give the Panthers another weapon because Bryce Young is doing too well over there.
Wow, man, the receivers, like I say, I see a lot of receivers got in the first round.
A lot of one.
Ricky, yeah, man. SEC sent a lot of talent. Xavier, Ricky, both for Xavier's, saying Xavier Worthy and Xavier Leggett. I seen Xavier Leggett, man. He's a high pointer, down the field, deep threat. Ricky Purcell, route runner, mechanic, man. Xavier Worthy, like I say, blow the top off the defense, man. There's a lot of talent. Brian Thomas, LSU Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. LSU, man. It's a lot of talent because, like I say, not to disrespect the defenders, they are getting flagged for hitting so hard. The league is, like I said, is turning over to like 7-on-7 type. Like, if you want to honestly be honest, like you can even see it from the Pro Bowl, even though it's not to get hurt. It's everybody know how to be professionals, like I say, but like, man, the league, you can see from the draft that it's all about putting points on the board. It's not defense winning championships no more. It's about scoring. So You know, that's my take from why the draft was so lopsided with um, offense and defensive players and certain positions that was drafted, like the receivers. Obviously, was a top thing. Always will be because the league is transitioning from downhill running to spreading out and having motion and things like that. But from my perspective, from 11 to 32, my pick, I have to say, that was pretty interesting was Xavier Leggett. I like that dude, man. I think that would be a perfect for Carolina fit their scheme, man. Him and that other cat from Ole Miss. You got me, Mills. You know who Carolina got last year from Ole Miss? That was AJ Brown guy. He's over at Ole Miss now. He's like 6'3", like 200. His frame is the same way as Xavier, and I believe that Carolina will be a sleeper team for sure, man. They're gonna be a sleeper team. So
I think
I
they got cut out for him. I don't necessarily think that one particular receiver gonna save him, but I mean, I think they could take a step forward offensively. I'll say that, but I still think they're gonna bottom team in the NFL, in my personal opinion.
me personally, I seen their offensive line. They can run block, so that's why I say they'll be a sleeper team because they can actually push like downhill. They can
Mm-hmm.
get 3 to 4 yards falling forward. So, like I say, every year I mean, Mahomes got it locked up, but this the third time around. I think it's gonna be a lot of like Mahomes gonna have to face not just his opponents. He's gonna have to face the referees. He's gonna have to face the crowd. All that stuff that was like I say that was loving him. They're gonna have to hate him at this point because that's just how the game goes. It's just like with Brady, you had some people that was loving Brady, then like they got tired of Brady. Like, oh, we tired of seeing Brady in the championship. Like they became genuine haters. So I think Mahomes is on that type of train. Not saying I'm a hater, but I just think I think he's gonna lose to one of these young bucks. Just put it like that. One of these young bucks is gonna get him. Even though he's fresh in the game. Like I say, he's an amazing player, and this draft was amazing itself. The draft was immaculate from all the talent that got flushed through. It was amazing to me from first and second round that I was able to keep up with.
I got you for sure.
Who
Thank
your
you for
favorite?
I said Xavier Leggett from
Out to my Mills.
Oh, okay.
my favorite.
Yeah, who your
Yeah, he
favorite?
didn't say his.
Let me see.
The Saints pick.
Nah, I mean that's cool. It was cool. I like. For some reason, I keep going back to Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU, man. I think it makes
That
sense.
receiver guy.
I think he's clearly a receiver that was projected to go higher than that. Whatever reason he slipped down the draft. The last time a LSU receiver slipped down the draft, that was Justin Jefferson. Do your math on that. Do your math on it. And he led the FBS in receiving touchdowns. Let that sink in. He ran a 4.33. Let that sink in.
I'm
So
with you.
played against some of the top DBs. SEC is known for having top DBs now.
I'm with you.
He balled. He slept down the draft. And he fought. So I mean, we're gonna see what he do. And I think he got a pretty good quarterback. So hey, I'm excited to watch him play.
Is Trevor Lawrence better than Tua?
Is Trevor Lawrence better than Tua? Nah, I ain't gonna do it to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was that type of question. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Tua?
Yeah.
To me, of course, because Trevor Lawrence would have won a championship with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. You ask me.
I mean, I don't know, man. He had Calvin Ridley. He ain't do nothing, so.
Oh.
Well, Calvin really betted on himself, and he didn't give him a fair shot with all the years they supposed to have. That's true. Calvin really had to sit out a year because he unfortunately he didn't
Man.
understand what he was getting himself into. He thought that was legit okay. He didn't know that it could come with that type of ban. But Lord willing, he opened the door in Tennessee for him, and he got that money back that he missed out on.
He really did. Got that bag.
Oh,
And you mentioned your pick, bro? Did you mention your pick, brother?
Tucker?
Oh, Tuck, where you at?
I'm right here. I'm listening. Can y'all
Do
hear
you
me?
have it? Do you have a favorite team, Tuck?
I would say that. I would say Denver. So
Oh,
but I don't know who did they pick?
Hold on, Tuck. Y'all got Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix, man. He's a generational NFL player. His father was in the NFL, so
nah, bro, you tripping, bro.
Bo Nix.
Oh, you said his father was in NFL, so he's like it's in his blood. Okay, I understand. I thought
Yeah,
you said he's a
yeah,
generational. I thought you said he
yeah.
was a generational talent in the NFL. I said I can't
No,
see
I
it.
don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know yet. I do
You know,
not.
Cam Newton said he was still of the draft.
Well, I'm
Who?
telling you why.
Bo
I'm
Nix.
telling you
Oh,
why. His
He
father
said he
was.
said he said he's like Brock Purdy, but more athletic.
Wow, wow, that was a great perspective. That was great. I'm telling, I agree with Cam. I agree, 110%. That was an amazing perspective. Bo Nix, man, he man, that guy Penix, he's Penix Jr., but Bo Nix, he definitely put up a fight when I seen those two clash. And y'all got Bo Nix over there tucking in Denver, man. That should be pretty interesting. I think them tickets gonna be getting sold out too. Cause he a
Hoping
future
so.
icon. Yeah, you should check him out this season. Check him out and let us know how that's going for you in Denver. Cause the Commanders, we over there, we 4-12, but God, we working God, we see you. We had three
Mm-hmm.
first rounders. We had a quarterback from LSU that came from Arizona State, Arizona State Sun Devils. We got him. We got that lineman from BYU. He was a 5-star in college. I mean, in high school, he went to 4 straight championships and won them. He came from Oregon, went to BYU, and then we had the back end pick. Who was that last pick for us? I believe it was well, he had 3 in the first round. We had 3 picks in the first round. We had a quarterback, a lineman, and there was somebody else we had. I don't
Who
know,
you talking
but
about?
the Commanders, we working over here. We working.
Y'all
The
ain't picked
Commanders.
nobody yet.
Yes,
The second round going on right now.
no, I'm saying because we had a lot of first rounder picks because I think we had 2 in the first round. If I'm not
When
mistaken, we had 2 picks first round.
Mills,
what's
I'm
up?
looking now. I'm trying to see. Wait.
Hold
them
up,
boys
wait,
ain't
Oh
have two
nah,
picks.
that's be
moving,
it. That part was second round.
moving.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. That part was second round.
I was about to say, I'm like, man, I seen the wrong draft.
I'm sorry about you know what you know what I was doing? I was doing my notes on who I actually liked it, and I kind of thought the
Boy,
Commanders.
got notes.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got my notes confused with our draft picks on that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because I was
You
like,
good?
yeah,
You way good.
I was like, my guys would ask me who I like, and I told y'all I like the Cooper DeJean, and I got confused. I thought we actually had them on our team. I'm sorry about that, guys, man.
Yeah, he ain't get picked yet,
Yeah.
but you made your prediction. He said Cooper DeJean going to the Commanders.
Nah, he
Fourth pick
got
in the
picked up
second round.
already. He got picked up already in the second round. 36 pick. He got
Oh
picked
yeah?
up. That's why I say that's my first time me ever seeing a white cornerback. Like, no disrespect, no racism. In all of my years, I never seen a cornerback that's white get drafted. Till I seen Cooper
Yeah,
DeJean.
they be having they be having unrestricted free agents, but I thought the second round was going on right now. I ain't
It
know they actually
is.
started drafting yet.
They was drafting since this morning. It's probably over.
Man, ain't no way.
Nah.
Stop the cap. No, it ain't.
Second round, I could have sworn I seen some update. I don't know what I was seeing then. Like I
The
gotta
draft starts. The draft literally just started at 7 o'clock.
I see it say round 2 first pick. I don't know what I was seeing that made me think the second round started early. Because when I woke up and I was doing
It
my
just started,
research,
man.
I'm like, did it start this early? Like, but I
This
don't
just
know.
started a couple minutes ago.
I'm
Nah.
looking at it
You
now.
talking about the third, you talking about third and fourth through seventh. Tomorrow they gonna start in the morning round 10. But like the
Okay.
second round, my
I
bad.
don't
Second and third
know.
round right now is
That
gonna
probably
be
was
starting at
somewhat
7.
mock. That probably was a mock draft I was looking at. Cause now
Probably
I
a
thought you
mock.
guys say sorry about that, gentlemen. Like I'm really sorry about that. That was
But it's
like,
okay.
You
yeah,
good? You
My
good? All right.
So Tuck said his favorite pick was the quarterback because
Bo Nix.
he a Denver fan. Tuck, I'm sorry we had to drop 70 on y'all, but
Wait,
It
cuz
is what it
you
is.
you a Raiders fan? Dolphins.
I'm a Dolphins and Bears fan, actually. The
And
only reason why I like the Bears is because Devin Hester back in '06.
okay. Uh, and
And I like
I'm a
Brian Earl.
Commanders fan. Straight up.
all
Commanders.
right. Now we're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot
Hey,
to
hey,
the
hey,
last.
hey, let's make
Oh,
this hot. And let's make this hot. Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna go first pick, second round? We got 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Who y'all got on the clock? The Bills on the clock. Who you think they go draft?
They getting a
okay.
wide receiver. They getting that boy Adonai Mitchell. I guarantee it.
Hmm.
Straight from
All
Texas.
right. Now let's get into the last topic of the day though, and then we can all watch the draft together, and we'll be able to talk about it for the next episode.
Okay,
Right?
okay,
A
okay,
Y'all
Fresh
with that?
okay.
Friday.
Y'all with that?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
We
down.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So the last topic of the day, I'm gonna let my boy Haji lead the way. We're gonna be talking about Godspeed. Why everything work on his timing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, in the year 2024. This the month of April. One of the last weeks of April. I wanted to get a perspective from you guys about what has God shown you about His timing and how He grew you in this time period. Like, where have you grown, and how has God's timing been reflected in your life? Tuck, gonna start with you, dog.
Mm, that's a deep topic, man. I feel like uh, God can can pretty much callous you. He can make you stronger, make you tougher, um, perceive the world in different ways, and he just makes you stronger, a stronger person for the world. So that's why I say for me that he's pretty much ironed out my vision, and I think that's where I'm at as a person. I think that he works in various ways and with different people, but that's how I personally feel.
That's real.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Making
That
you
was good.
stronger through trials and tribulation.
Yeah, yeah. I felt that one 100%.
How about you, Richie?
To piggyback off Tuck, like I was hoping y'all come to me right after this one, cause I heard he say, God has his ways with working with people differently. You know what I'm saying? It's not me personally. This year it been different. I had some couple incidents with police and things like that, and honestly, I didn't regret nothing. I didn't regret nothing because it showed me a lot as I kept the process ongoing and me learning how to comprehend and read. He put me in these positions to show me. He showed me the light. I got two open cases, and in the city I'm in is Valdosta. Man, these young men they're not reading and they don't understand that they can actually win the case. And Lord willing, I have to get my own attorney because they don't want to give me an attorney because I don't want to take what they're throwing at me. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just being smart about it. But I'm looking at my other brothers and my sisters. They just walking into this setting and they just falling forward. They falling for everything. I'm like, well, I know I was doing what I wasn't supposed to do, but did that police write up that report right with that citation and that sermon? Because the judge didn't call me and I needed my citation. So where we going at with it? So it's like I know I'm not the best. I'm not a saint. I'm not a sinner. Like I'm just what God want me to be. And I'm still impacting day to day. I go in the community. I socialize with the youth because that's all we got at the end of the day. We got to pass this down, whether it's money or knowledge. You can't take that all to the grave like that. I wouldn't. So God has impacted me, and mine is despite all that, I'm still studying for anatomy and physiology. I'm going to prepare for that in the fall. I still got my goal in hand, my EMS, my EMT goal. I gotta just get past 2 classes in the lab, and I'll be in the field. And
Yes,
now,
sir.
yes, sir. And I'll be after I get in the field and pass those. That's a bachelor for me. So I'm not letting the
Wow, look
devil
at
win.
God.
I'm not letting him win. And this conversation I'm gonna keep it so real. I was finna make an excuse. I'm like, damn, I just took a 2 hour nap. I woke up, Cuzzo hearing me about this stuff. I like to go in so red carpet-ish. That's my problem. That's why that's my problem. Now he like, Rich, you can't have a red carpet every time you do something. You can't. I want us to be, podcasting with the mics, things like that. But we working towards that. And it's this
Gotta
where it
work.
starts right now with how we gravitate with each other. Like we know Tuck getting used to it. Now Tuck by the time Tuck get tuned in, we already locked in to how Mills coming in with the intro, how Hardy closing it out with Godspeed. Like it's just, day by day. So thank God he put that in my heart. Rich, you got good Wi-Fi, you got a Mac computer. What's your excuse? Get on there with your guys. You been away. I don't miss 2 Fridays. So thank God. Like I thank God for Fresh Fridays, and I want my voice to be heard from from the kids to the ones that's behind the wall. Like I love it, and I appreciate you putting this together and y'all keeping it going, and me just trying to get in, just trying to stay consistent with you guys, and I'll be Lord willing consistent with you guys, and man, everything not cookies and cream. Sometimes the negative could turn to a positive. All you gotta do is put a line in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the intersection. That's for me.
For sure.
Hmm.
What about you, Tuck?
No, Tucker already said here.
Oh Lord, it's just me.
It's on you.
Oh man, repeat the question. Repeat the question.
The question
Well,
was, we talk about God's timing and God's speed. How has God reflected that in your life so far?
God's timing and God's speed. I think every day he does a great job at teaching me specifically that, man. Like I've been through situations in the last 12 months to now where
mm,
kind of you race and you want everything to happen at your time, and just because you tell yourself, hey, this is my goal for this point, and every now and then you might come across a setback, and sometimes you might think the world's out to get you, sometimes you just might be
yeah,
upset, but if you take that moment and you sit back, God can show you like, hey, this might not be what's best for you right now, but who's to say it won't be what's best for you tomorrow or next week or Monday, or hell, month, 2 year, a year from now, right? So just staying consistent, going to God, praying to Him, going to Him with your problems, but not just waiting, but preparing yourself for that next step, right? So even if it's just being prepared for that blessing to come your way. So it's like, what can I do while that might not be the best option? What can I do to make sure I don't stay stagnant?
right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Ways to incrementally, better yourself. Like prime example, I had delayed as far as going to school, and at that point committing to it fully, but I still was taking classes, and I'm still currently taking classes that put me in the best position.
Mm,
So I still have an option where I still have choices I can make. So, staying patient, praying to God, and working and not staying stagnant. That's my long term.
for sure that.
That's real.
Yeah,
For
man.
sure.
All
That's
right.
real.
Y'all, before we clear the flow.
Man.
Yeah, I just got how God revealed his time into me. Just started this trifecta
Bless
podcast.
you.
Bless you. Thank you. But yeah, started this trifecta podcast when it comes to Fresh Fridays or World News Views. That's for the ladies, and
Uh-huh.
then Bible study vibes. On Sundays and stuff. But I had prayed the other day, and I was like, Lord, we not picking up as much steam as I thought we was gonna do. And God had revealed to me. I had prayed to him. I was like, God, we're not doing as much as we can. And he was like, you're not doing it for the people right now. You're doing it for the people that's going to look back on what you're doing. And they're going to be inspired by what you did. So this grassroots effort, whether that be our street gospel, with the nonprofit organization and helping out, people in the community, um, us creating a vocal platform for people to, say their story or just speak their mind and just be free. It's all gonna pay off. It's not
Okay.
on our time, and it's on his time. And so that's what he revealed to me. He was like, "Nah, just keep going." That's why I press. I press so hard. I'd be like, "Hey, y'all gonna come to the meetings, or y'all gonna come to the, thing? This not for me. This for the people out there that need to hear different perspectives. They need to hear Tuck. They need to hear Richie. They need to hear you, Mills, and they need to hear stuff that other people have to say that's gonna be on here. Whether we talk about fitness, whether we talking about finances, when we have these guests and stuff come on, like God has big plans and stuff in store for us, but we can't be over here trying to rush because we still babies in this. We won't even know how to walk yet, so we can't be trying to run. We got to just move and groove on His timing.
Yeah.
So that's what He had revealed to me. That's all I had to say.
That's amazing, bro. Thank you for sharing that.
That was major.
Yeah.
Hey, my thing is, somebody said this was gonna be a 20-minute podcast. Please, it turned to an hour.
Oh man.
Please.
He said, "Please, child, please."
That's one of my things. I get that from Chad Johnson. Child, please, and kiss the baby. Hey, you don't want to. So, I'm serious, man. It's football players, man. We so funny, man. It don't make no sense, dog.
He from the crib, so
Already.
already.
So,
But,
but yeah, man. Thank
I
y'all for
appreciate
tuning in.
it.
Of
For
course.
sure.
Nah, bro. Thank you. We loved having you, bro. Look forward to having you every time we do it, man. Usually every other week we lock in.
Man, for sure. I'm locking in as much as possible.
Get it going, and we talk God and we talk spiritual as well, man. We love having you. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Tuck, for showing up as well. My boy Hodge, shout out him, the innovator, the creator, everything. We hope y'all have a great rest of y'all weekend, and appreciate y'all for checking in for Fresh Friday.
Peace.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in to Fresh Fridays. Spread the good news by sharing our show with your friends. Follow us on all streaming platforms for more positivity and entertainment. Until next time, stay fresh and have a great weekend. Deuces.